Coming to you live from the Ancestors Hall, this is Optimal Play. I'm Brandon, and I am back for yet another session of Skytear Horde. If we take a look at the big board, the completion table, I'm only completing this on camera. I'm 0 for 1 so far. One attempt of the Artificers against the Undead failed, but got a new one in store for today. I'm feeling pretty optimistic, I think. It's 4th of July week that I'm recording this. There's usually a couple weeks delay, so, happy 4th, Americans. In addition to not being too patriotic these days for, gestures broadly kind of reasons, I hate 4th of July because it is fireworks nonstop for like 2 weeks here in the valley above Los Angeles. It's on Friday the 4th, this is Wednesday the 2nd that I'm recording this. On Friday the 4th and surely all weekend, it's going to sound like a war zone. Just like boom, 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 in all directions. Just like no breaks in between. I have played Blood on the Clock Tower in the backyard during that, though. Kind of a cool atmosphere for that. So maybe I need to make that happen again this weekend. But otherwise, it's just, trying to get to sleep and it's still going. It's dogs being scared. It's annoying. I was told by a coworker at work today that I am really rocking the Christmas spirit with the red shirt and green hair, so maybe we should just fast forward and get to Christmas. We do joke a lot about like Christmas in July. Would be a lot better than Independence Day in July, that's for sure. But anyway, so all that was to say, if you hear booms and pops on the audio of this video, blame America. Okay, so today I am unprepared. Oh no, I'm playing green. Which talent? The Dwellers. Okay, I had to look over at the completion table. So I am playing one of the Skytear Horde campaigns, alliance decks. The Talent, which are the green faction, Dwellers. So they came in the box. They do a lot of sacrificing my allies for advantages, that type of thing. So it was a little bit of a tricky deck, but I had some success with it, trying it out off camera. The castle is the Ancestors Hall, which says I can exhaust it and name a card or card type, like ally or tower, to pillage my deck until I find one with a matching name or type and draw it. I can't imagine naming a card using a card by name. Because the risk of just pillaging 2/3 of your deck or something that way is too high, unless I was somehow manipulating my deck and I knew it was on top, but I don't think there was much of that in this faction. But I did use it a couple times in some games off camera for like naming ally, when I just have a handful of like attachments and towers and I really need more bodies on the board. I found it pretty good for that. And then I am facing off against the Monoliths. Those were sort of the easy faction from the Skytear Horde Monoliths box, I think. So I'm going against their purple circle outsider, which says on it, so I'll do this right now, reinforce 3 at the start of the game. So we're starting with all the minions at 1 and the Radamil minions at 2. Why not? And I have, just like last time, I've set this up for level 3, and I have shuffled in sort of an alliance faction that for my completion table, I'm not counting it as playing against them, but they are half of the Horde deck, and it is the Animurks, which are the kind of clockwork, steampunk, robot sort of Horde faction from the campaign's box. When I selected those two, like kind of not randomly, but I hadn't played against them lately, and they were not sort of the hardest tier Hordes from their boxes. What I didn't realize is that I was smashing together 2 decks that both really care about minions, about buffing the minions and sending them onto the board, charging them at your weakest ally, all that kind of stuff. So I was really scared about that, but here's the saving grace. The Monoliths portal, which I'm using, has no reinforcement on it whatsoever. So twice as this rotates, there's going to be nothing in the Horde phase. No cards and no reinforcement. And then the other times it's 2 cards and no reinforcement. So the hope is that even though a lot of the Horde cards that I'm drawing are throwing reinforcements out there and that kind of thing, that it's not too uncontrollable because the portal is not doing it. So let me draw my opening hand, and while I do suggest that you hit the like button on the video and subscribe to Optimal Play if you haven't. Usually on this channel, I am with friends. Solo videos are the minority of them, but I do enjoy them. We play through all sorts of stuff. Sometimes when we like games, especially card games like Arkham Horror, the card game, quite a bit, we do some strategy discussion type videos too. Mostly playthroughs though, so if you enjoy this and enjoy that kind of thing, we'd really appreciate if you subscribe and if you hit the like button, maybe even comment, especially if I lose, comment what you would do differently. But there's no way I'm going to lose again. Oof, that was... We got some Scotch neat in the glass tonight, and so you might see me some reactions to sips, but I swear I'm enjoying it. Okay, early game I'm mostly looking for cheap allies, and I've got a couple with Death Archaeologist, Poisoner. I have Kohai, which is interesting. This is a 5-cost ally, but it is a hero. I don't think I want 2 Poisoners. I don't think I want this Pit of the Reborn yet, which lets me sacrifice an ally. I'm just trying to decide whether to keep Kohai. It is Kohai's castle that I'm at. Sure. I think that this is really very strong for controlling minions. It says exhaust it to bait a monster in the front line, then Kohai and that monster may strike each other, and it has armor 1, so it can really help control those low hit point minions. And it has 5 health, so it can even take some of the larger ones. Okay, I've sold myself on it. I will keep it. I will mulligan these 2 cards away. A Trapdoor Team and a Clan of the Jaguar. Great. Handful of allies. Literally all allies to start the game, which I am fine with. Okay, so going into the first Horde phase, I have already gained my 4 mana. I need to draw 2 cards from the Horde deck and see what I'm in for. So, but then I need to avoid getting overly stressed out about whatever happens, because next round, nothing bad happens in the Horde phase. So I have 2 rounds to deal with this board state before anything else can befall me. So, the first card is, oh boy, already going into the epic card. That 1 was shuffled in for each Horde faction because I'm playing on level 3. With For the Horde from the Monoliths. This gives me +1 mana, as the epic cards mostly do to help you deal with them. But then it says play Reinforce 4. So that's going to be right now. We're going boom, 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 boom. We are going straight to a lot of minion hit points in play. Then the strongest minion pillages. That would be the Radmill, so they're going to pillage me for 3 right off the bat. Woof. Alright, number 2 is going to be Whirling Monolith. This is a monster rather, that says it's a 0/3 on fight. The Zephylite minions get +1 hit point, +1 attack, and charge right, and this has armor 1. Woof, okay. So every round, they're going to buff the Zephylites and charge them right. With Pillage, with such a minion-heavy scenario, Pillage is maybe more scary than Castle Damage again. So that would put them onto the battlefield always, meaning they'll damage my castle, but not necessarily me. Let's see what we want to do here. So, I have the Clan of the Jaguar for 3, which says neighbor allies have destroyed, gain 1 mana. So if I play them and something else that's something small that might die, I get sort of a refund. I have this Poisoner. It's a 5/1, but it has -5 attack on its first turn in play. -5 temporary attack. So it's like a 5/1 on a turn delay. But I don't know if this is the round for that, because the board state needs... I gotta get some of these minions out. Okay, so... Trapdoor Team just says, on play beta monster, it gets -1 attack and you may move it. That seems solid. I think here's what I do. It's not time for Kohai just yet. I'm going to spend 3 on this Trapdoor Team. I'll play it here, I guess. It says play beta monster. It gets -1 attack and you may move it. So I'm going to go ahead and bait in the Radmill minions. Give them -1 attack. And it's a 3/4 versus basically a 2/3. So it should also clear the largest minion this way. And then I am going to put a Poisoner for my other 2 mana up against this Whirling Monolith, where next round, when it becomes a full 5/1, when this minus attack wears off, it can just take care of that Monolith in one shot. Okay, I feel alright about that. So, I'm going to go... I'm realizing that might not work. This Poisoner is toast if I draw a Treachery that buffs this Whirling Monolith. So I think I'm going to put it here, and I can always move it next turn, move it over in front of the Monolith. So, yeah. That's what I'll do. So now I'll go to Treachery. It says, Treachery, the portal gains 2 temporary armor on Frost Trench. That is not a problem at all. Or let me put this on the health here. I had no intention of hitting the portal this turn, so good Treachery card. The Whirling Monolith is going to do nothing to the castle, but on fight, Zephylite minions get +1 hit point, +1 temporary attack, and charge right. So that's going to be some castle damage. Here the Poisoner has currently 0 attack, will do nothing. Here, the Radmill minions are, with their -1 attack, they're going to do 2 to my Trapdoor team. Trapdoor team will take them out. So I will take a card draw and have cleared the largest minion. That feels like a pretty good outcome. And then going down the line, the Zephylite minions are going to hit the castle for 4, putting it at 16. And then in the pillage phase, 4 minions. Pillage me. That's a lot of pillage for 1 round. But again, they're not going to reinforce this round. I can keep controlling them. I'm hoping it will be okay. Alright, let's return these. Get rid of temporary stuff. My Poisoner is a full 5/1 now, with Defender, by the way, so it can't hit the portal. And temporary portal attack goes away. Like, alright, I think this went decently well. I'm kind of thinking, well, let me gain my mana. I'm gaining 4 mana. Not 5 this round, so I guess I'm still not playing Kohai. I did get the Fool, though, which says, on fight, you may bait a monster. And the bait keyword means give it -1 and move it. And then it says elusive 1, so it can also move out of the lane after a monster hits it. It's pretty nice for avoiding pillages, because I could do something like, when the Fool fights, I could bait in the Onakai minions with -1 attack. They hit the castle for 1 instead of pillaging me for 2. Like, might be a good trade, but we'll see. I'm not necessarily playing that yet. I do think I'm going to follow through with that plan, move the Poisoner over in front of the Whirling Monolith. That'll be enough to one-shot the Whirling Monolith, and hopefully it doesn't get Treachery buffed. Oh, I should have rotated the portal. I'm always the worst at that. Let me know in the comments how you remember to rotate the portal. I don't know if I'm the only one who finds it this difficult, but it's the one step that I always, like a round later, go, dope! I didn't do it. Now I'm slightly confused about what numbers are coming up. Okay, but Poisoner's moved. I think it's pretty likely the Poisoner dies, and pretty likely the Trapdoor team dies, because I am going to... Ooh, wait. Let's see. The Whirling Monolith... Yeah, it's not gonna... Okay. The Zephylite minions are going to continue to be a little bit of a problem, but it's fine. I'm going to have the Trapdoor team bring in the Onakai minions, which it can handle, no problem. I'm going to spend 1, 2, 3 on the Clan of the Jaguar. This is the 4/3 that says neighbor allies have destroyed, gain 1 mana. So if and when these 2 neighbors are destroyed, which I'm expecting at least the Trapdoor team to go down, maybe the Poisoner, I'll get mana back. Seems great. And I will exhaust it to bring in the Yetnar minions. 4/3 should stack up fine against these. So the one thing that I still know is going to happen is the Zephylite minions are going to charge in and charge right with yet another buff on them because of the Whirling Monoliths. So I think I'll go ahead and play the Fool, mainly so that I can, on fight, bait a monster, and at that point the Zephyrite minions will be on the board. I can give them -1 attack. It saves the castle damage, and it won't hurt the Fool at all, so it can sit around continuing to do that. Seems well worth it. Okay, I gotta kill some monsters here, get my... That was weird. My 2-card hand size increased, so hopefully this goes well. I think I'm ready to go. I gotta rotate the portal again, huh? Next round, it's 2-0. Oof. Whiskey. All right. Let's go to Treachery. It is Steel Lander, which, wow. Similarly to the one I pulled last round, says the portal gains 2 temporary armor. Again, I don't mind that at all. So I'll put that out there in case that matters, but I'm not anticipating it mattering. That's a great Treachery card. Okay. Whirling Monolith. On fight, the Zephyrite minions get an extra health and an extra attack, and they charge right. So it's going to be a lot more castle damage. That's the scary thing. But then the 5/1 Poisoner hits the 0/3 with an Armor Whirling Monolith and kills it, drawing me a card. Okay. The Clan of the Jaguar is going to kill the Yetnar minions, taking 2 damage in return. So the Yetnar minions are defeated. I will draw a card. Onakai minions are going to trade with the Trapdoor team. Both die. So when the Onakai minions go down, I will draw a card. When the Trapdoor team dies, because they died next to my Clan of the Jaguar, I will gain 1 mana. Seems like a decent deal. The Fool, on fight, can bait a monster. Oh, I just remembered the best part of the Fool. Yeah, check this out. I'm going to bait the Zephyrite minions into this lane. That lane has already been resolved. They will never attack. That's my understanding. And what? Whoa, I just heard loud fireworks. I don't know if that picks up on the mic, but the Zephyrite minions won't get to attack. That's my understanding of what the Fool does, is if you can kind of arrange the board such that you can move something from the right of the Fool to the left of the Fool, it's not going to get to attack. Also, bait makes it take a temporary attack debuff, and we'll remove that. So the Zephyrite minions aren't dealt with. They're still going to be a 4 hit point minion, but that's pretty freaking sweet. And then it hits the castle or the portal rather, for 0, because the Fool has 0 health. So yeah, that's very, very smooth. In the pillage phase, there's nothing to pillage, and then the Zephyrites go back. So they're not completely solved, but that's an incredible start. I even have a mana floating, meaning I could play Kohai next turn. It's starting to seem like a probably a good idea. All right. It's the top of a new round. I will gain 4 mana, putting me at 5. Oh, let me clear these. So far I haven't needed... I've been spending all my mana. I haven't needed card draw enough that I'm not really using the castle for its ability to pillage my deck to look for a certain type of card. But I'm not forgetting it. I think it's been the right call to not use it. Okay. I've gained my mana. Time to summon 2 more cards from the Horde deck. So... Scrap Portal. It's a 0/3. On fight, it gains 3 attack permanently. And when it's destroyed, the closest monster in the front line gains 3 attack. Ooh, I might want to bait that somewhere else where there's no other monsters for it to give that to. But also right here where it's at, it trades with the Poisoner pretty nicely. I don't know. We will see. The second card is going to be Gale Strike. It's a spell that says Yetnar minions gain 3 health. Sheesh. 2 temporary attack. That means they're going to have trample for this turn, since they're over 4, or 4 or over. And they're going to charge the strongest ally, which is this Clan of the Jaguar. That's a pretty decent place for it to charge, because the Clan of the Jaguar can kill it. The one issue really is that the Scrap Portal is going to give it another 3 attack, meaning it's going to trample for so much castle damage. So that's maybe what I need to address. That and the fact that these Zephyr minions are still hanging around. But that's it for now. I have 5 mana. How do I want to spend it? Well, so... I'm gonna need a quick pause here to look up the trample keyword. Does it trample if it strikes? Like if I cause things to strike each other? I'm gonna find out. Okay, I have the reptile string in hand, and I might be the smartest person in the world here. Because I'm realizing that... So it's an attachment, a weapon, that says attached ally has exhaust. This ally and the engaged monster strike each other. So if I put that on my poisoner, I can exhaust the poisoner to kill the scrap portal, but it's not in the fight phase, so its fight text doesn't apply. That seems incredible. So even though that's instead of playing Kohai, I think I do that. So I'm going to spend 1, play the reptile string onto the poisoner, and the poisoner will... It's a weapon, but it's a musical instrument. What exactly is happening here? I guess I'm sort of like inducing rage in the monster, causing us to fight each other. How that works when it's a portal, let's not think too hard about it. Fact is, I can exhaust the portal, or the poisoner rather, using the reptile string to have them fight each other. The scrap portal has no attack, but does die, drawing me a card. I am the best. Let's see. The Idol of Sabil. I don't know if I've seen this card yet. An attachment. Attach the leftmost monster or ally in the front line that gains -3 attack on fight. If you would discard Idol of Sabil and there is an ally in play, attach it to the leftmost ally instead. So it debuffs a monster by 3, but then it goes to an ally. Huh. If I could get the Fool or someone to take this, that's a pretty decent trade. It's already at 0. But I don't think I want to just play this now and have it end up on my 5/1 Poisoner or something like that. So, and let me think about what I want to do in the next turn or two. So, the only board state I'm really trying to control is these 2 admittedly large minions. Next round, it's going to be 0 again. So, I don't want to destroy the portal now, but I'm happy to next round, when it was going to lead into 2 cards anyway. The stage 2 portal is just way worse though. 2 and 2, 1 and 0, like, it's just strictly a lot harder than this portal, other than it generates me a little bit more mana. So I don't want to rush it, but also the purple circle outsider, it's just a 0/9 armor 1 kind of punching bag, and I need a couple turns to kill it, so that might be a good idea to bring in ASAP. Actually, it would be great to match up against my poisoner with the reptile string. Jeez. Maybe I'll try to keep that alive till then. Okay, so what does that mean I'm going to play? I think I like this Death Archaeologist. It says, on play Beta Monster, if a neighboring ally is destroyed, return it and all its attachments to your hand instead of discarding them. So when this Clan of the Jaguar is destroyed, which is going to happen because it's matching up against crazy strong minions, I'll get it back in my hand. And it's a great card. It's a 3 cost 4/3 with an upside. I'm happy to get that back. Okay, I think I like that. And on play I bait a monster, so I will bait in the Zephylite minions. What else have I got here? I don't really have any other This is cute. Why don't I back up slightly? Whoops, tokens are flying. I'm going to play the Death Archaeologist, but first I will play, for 1 more mana, Web Door. It's a tower that says after a non-epic monster enters Web Door's lane, discard Web Door, and the monster gains a -1 attack and then takes a damage for each -1 attack on it. So now I can play Death Archaeologist, baiting a monster, which gives it -1, throws it into the Web Door. Web Door is going to give it another -1 and then a damage for each -1 on it. So suddenly they are 0/2s for the round. That feels very good to me. And this is discarded from play. I don't really have mana to play much else. The Poisoner is exhausted, so the Poisoner can't line up with the minions and deal with them. But I can move the Death Archaeologist over. Have it deal 1 more damage to the Zephyrite minions and take nothing in return. Seems good to me. Oh. That means the Clan of the Jaguar doesn't return to my hand. What's more important? Getting a ping on the minion or getting that card back in hand? That's not... I think it's getting the card back in hand. I'm going to have next round with no other threats. I can deal with the minions next round. So I'm going to keep the Death Archaeologist where it is. It will deal 1 damage to the portal for what that's worth, and it will be able to return that clan to my hand. Yeah, okay, I think I like that. So let's go to the Treachery phase. Scrappy Swarm. It's just going to buff the rightmost minion, so these cancel out. Well, alright, the minions are going to hit the castle for 1. Then going down the line, the Poisoner has Defender, so it does not hit the portal with its 5/1. Clan of the Jaguar, 4 is enough to kill the Yetnar minions, but they're doing 5. It only has 1 remaining health. They're trampling over for 4. So the castle's down to 12 health. But these are dead. I will return their card and draw a card of my own. Okay. Death Archaeologist is going to deal 1 damage to the portal. Oh, and sorry, Clan of the Jaguar is dead and returns to my hand because of the Death Archaeologist. Hey! The Fool in Fight lets me bait a monster. That can take care of the damage the Zephyrite minion was going to do. And then they attack for 0. Pillage phase, nothing, and they will go home. This is going great. This is going great. I'll reward myself with a sip of whiskey. And 0 back in. It's the end of the round. We can ready things. In the Horde phase, I'm going to gain 4 mana. And nothing comes out. So, here's the question now. I think I do want to destroy the portal this turn. And so, how do I make sure that happens? Because I don't have much damage being dealt to the portals currently. Especially because my Poisoner has Defender. I could just play my Clan of the Jaguar back out, I guess. That deals 4. Death Archaeologist will deal 1 more. That seems like a pretty good deal to me. Zephyrite minions, that doesn't leave me with a good way to handle them. But that could be okay. Yeah. I think that's fine. What's the alternative? Playing Kohai. Kohai could deal with the Zephyrite minions, like, before the fight phase. So he would hit the portal. But I would only do 4 total damage to the portal. That's just not enough. Yeah, okay. So, Clan of the Jaguar it is. I will spend 3. And that's the 4/3 that says neighbor allies have destroyed, gain 1 mana. And I am going to... What am I... I want the... Oh, damn it. I want the minions over here again where the Fool can just bait them. I don't really see it happening. You know what, though? The Fool can bring the minions in. On fight, it will bait them, making them only deal 1 damage to him. And I could move them then. Oh yeah, on fight he can move them before they strike, and they still wouldn't. Oh, yeah, that works. Okay. The Fool can just distract the only minions that are out there. That's the board dealt with. That's 5 damage heading for the portal. The only thing that can screw me now is a Treachery card, so Q Treachery phase, screwing me. Fire Breather. On Treachery, deal 1 damage to the castle. Okay, that's fine. That is what was such a heartbreak in my previous game, was castle damage in the Treachery phase. I can't remember if it was Treachery or Horde card draw, I guess, but direct damage to the castle, always something good to worry about, but it's pretty okay right now. Okay, so Poisoner has Defender, does nothing. Clan of the Jaguar hits the portal for 4. Death Archaeologist hits the portal for 1. It's destroyed. So we'll move on to the stage 2 portal, which is tougher. And I'm going to add the purple circle to the outsider pile. And then the Fool will bait the Zephlite minion, I don't know, here, where it won't even get to attack. Seems good. And then the pillage phase, nothing pillages. And I will return things, ready things, go to a new round. Okay, the outsider's about to spawn in. I don't think it's going to naturally match up against my Poisoner, but I should be able to rearrange so that the Poisoner is facing it, and that seems very good to me. Okay, so, top of the round, I'm gaining 6 mana now from this portal, putting me at 8. That's very solid. The Horde cards, 2. We've got a Brass Scrapper, an Animurk monster that says it's a 2/2. After a monster loses armor, Brass Scrapper gains the same amount and type. And on play, Onakai minions gain 1 attack and 2 armor. Woof. Just gaining 2 armor outright. That's a lot. Oh, more booms in the background. Okay. And then the second card, Clockwork Tusks, another Animurk monster that says, on play, the Onakai minions, they're back, gain a health and charge right. Then each monster in the front line gains 1 attack. Jeez. Okay, they've really rallied against me here. Onakai minions are suddenly a 3/2 with 2 armor. That's pretty insane. Okay, and then I am reinforcing for 2. This new portal does that. So all the minions are back in the game. Finally, though, the purple circle is going to spawn. It's a 0/9 with armor 1. Thankfully, the order it came out, it did not get that attack buff. So my Poisoner can kill it in, like 2 rounds. I wish that the Poisoner was lined up with it now. If so, it could use the Reptile String to have these strike each other now, and then it would kill it in the fight phase. I would win. That would be amazing. I'm not sure it's going to be that simple here. I can manage minions pretty well, though. So it's fine for it to take 2 rounds. I think I'm going to shift some things around. Let's see. I've got plenty of mana for Kohai now, which on exhaust can bait a monster in the front line. Then Kohai and that monster may strike each other. Can I... do I have another way to bait a monster? Can I line these up this way? Not really. Well... okay. Some interesting options here. I have Pit of the Reborn, which says play and destroy an ally. Its left neighbor gains attack equal to the destroyed ally attack. The ally's right neighbor gains health equal to the destroyed ally attack. So I could do something like move the Clan of the Jaguar over here and then sacrifice it to the pit, giving its health to the Death Archaeologist so that the Death Archaeologist is dealing 5 to the purple circle. I don't hate that. But if I just line up the Poisoner with the Archaeologist, that's probably pretty good. I'm realizing I should reset the portal health to 8. Yeah, I think the Poisoner against the purple circle is just what I want. So let me swap. I don't think I'm going to swap. I'm going to move the Death Archaeologist maybe over just to tank the Onikai minions so they don't hit the castle for 3. I don't want to rack up a bunch of castle damage. Then the Poisoner can move in front of the purple circle. The Clan of the Jaguar is pretty okay trading with the Clockwork Tusks, I think. And I can spend 5 mana on Kohai. Kohai says on exhaust, bait a monster in the front line, then Kohai and that monster may strike each other, and he has armor 1. So right now he's going to kill the Brass Scrapper, but we could do something cool sooner than that, right? I could exhaust the Fool to bring in the Zephlight minions. Then I can exhaust Kohai to bait a monster in the front line. I'll choose the Zephlight minions. They're a 1/2. And then Kohai and the Zephlight minions strike each other. So it deals 1 damage to Kohai, pops his armor for the turn, and it kills them. I get to draw a card. It gets our 2 hit point minion off the board. I think that's excellent. I have enough mana to play Bushido of the Orchid, a 0/5 with Heroic X, where X is the number of monsters in play. Very interesting. But I guess I'm not... Well... Yeah, okay. Why don't I... play it here. 1, 2. Have it bring in just one of these 1 health minions, and then that will end up doing 1 to the Bushido, and suddenly it will be Heroic a million. An alternative way to kill the purple circle if I were to lose the Poisoner is having a big Bushido of the Orchid. Okay, I like it. I'm looking like I'm only getting pillaged for 1 here. I'm taking no castle damage? That seems like it can't be right. Yeah, okay. This all seems good. I'm gonna go to the Treachery phase. It's an Iron Scrapper. It is buffing the left minion. Yeah, that's fine. It's not quite going to kill Kohai. So, the Brass Scrapper is going to hit Kohai for 4. Its armor was already used, so that is 4 damage sticking to it. But it's hitting back for 3, which will defeat the Brass Scrapper, drawing me a card. The Clockwork Tusks are a 4/3, and so is the Clan of the Jaguar, so they're going to trade. Sadly, the Clan of the Jaguar is no longer next to the Death Archaeologist. It will not return to my hand, but it will draw me a card. The Poisoner is going to deal 5 to the purple circle, 1 to its armor, and 4 damage that sticks. The Fool on fight can bait a monster. I think I'm just going to... Oh yeah, I guess there's no reason to let the Onikai minions act, is there? I will put -1 on the Onikai minions. Send them over here, where they won't attack. The Fool, when I read this card, I didn't think it seemed very good. And then when I played with this deck, I realized it's incredible. I've been lucky, it's a 1 copy, so it hasn't gotten pillaged away. I think every time I've played the Talent Dwellers, I've had the Fool in play so far, and it's just it carries the game. It's nuts how good this thing is. For 1 mana, I think this is a very powerful deck. I also think Bushido of the Orchid, which may not end up mattering this game, but is 0/5 with Heroic for kind of a large number. Heroic for 2, 3, 4, 5-ish. For 2 mana, very, very strong. Speaking of which, the Yetnar minions are going to deal damage to it, so its Heroic is turned on, but it's not going to fight back this time. And the Death Archaeologist, for what it's worth, deals 1 damage to the portal. I, of course, forgot to rotate the portal, so let me do that. Oops, rotate it this way, rather. And that's the round. In the pillage, I get 1 pillage, and I will ready everything. So far, I still haven't used the castle, but it really hasn't been necessary. Okay, the purple circle should be a pretty easy kill with, where's my, oh, here's the Onikai minions. Should be a pretty easy kill with the Reptile Strain on the Poisoner. It can just hit it basically twice this next round. So I think as long as nothing catastrophic goes wrong, I have this in the bag. So, let's get to it. Hand size is fine. So, Horde phase, I will gain 6 mana, going up to 7. Summon cards from the Horde deck. It is 1. It's an Unburied Monolith, a 0/4 with Fight, Pillage a card, Radimal minions gain 1. So that's basically pillage 2 cards, probably, unless I have those in play at the time. Seems fine. And then it's going to reinforce 1. So that's the Zephyr minions. Rotate the portal. Remembered it for once. And it's the Alliance phase. Hopefully the last one, because I'm just going to start right off with... Wait a minute. Can I just kill this now? I guess there's no reason to. I was looking at hijinks where I could like use Pit of the Reborn to throw more attack onto the Poisoner and have it strike now for the Reptile String, but the game doesn't end right now. So there's no point, really. I don't see why. But I will exhaust it to use the Reptile String's ability to have these strike each other. Purple Circle has 0 attack. Poisoner has 5, so it'll hit its armor again and do another 3, leaving it with 8 damage out of 9 health. Do I have anything else cool in hand? Nothing all that exciting. I'm realizing, all right. I'll just use this, I guess. Why not? Scale Drum, it costs 2. Attached ally gains +1 attack, and on destroyed, it strikes the portal or the engaged monster. Choose which. So that would also like wipe out the portal. I think this card is very good on Poisoners to be able to get 6 damage to the portal if they die. Pretty insane. So I'm just going to retcon slightly. I'm going to say I played the Scale Drum onto the Poisoner before I used the Reptile String's ability. 1 extra damage kills the Purple Circle. So that's defeated. I just have to survive the round. I can draw a card. I can use... I might as well just like take a minion off the board. Use Kohai's ability. Bait a monster. Oh, in the front line. Right. Okay, so I'll use the Fool to bring in the Yetnar minions. And then with Kohai, I will bait them and then have them strike each other. I've taken their attack down to 0, so he's just going to wipe them out. Draw me a card. Alright, I can't really imagine, I know famous last words here, but I can't really imagine how this could go wrong. So I think I will just pretty much go to the Treachery, the Treachery phase? No, I guess let me bring some minions in. The Bushido of the Orchid can easily go against the Radical minions even when they get buffed by the Unburied Monolith. And the Death Archaeologist can bring in the Onakai minions, and the Fool can move them around so they don't act. Okay. Seems incredible. So Treachery is... Metal Shell is going to buff the rightmost monster, but it will probably not get to act. Okay. Unburied Monolith. On fight, pillage a card, and the Radical minions get 1 health. And then Kohai deals 3 damage to it. That's actually not quite enough to kill it. That's fine. Nothing here. Poisoner has Defender, so it does not act here. Fool can bait a monster. So this is where I'm going to reduce the Onakai minion's attack by 1, and more importantly, move it over there where it's not going to act. Bushido of the Orchid is currently a 1, 2, 3, it's a 4/4. So it easily kills the Radical minions. Drawing me a card. And the Death Archaeologist hits the portal for 1. Okay, in the pillage phase, I pillage for 1. End phase, there's no effects that cost me the game. We did it! I played it once off camera as a practice game, which I'm going to probably keep doing between filming, especially when I'm playing decks that I've never used before. It went similarly. This matchup was quite easy, even though the Monoliths Animurk marriage seemed really intimidating because they do so much with the minions, which you saw happening. It's just that I was able to control the board with the Dwellers. They're really, really strong. I had about a dozen cards left in my deck and 11 castle health. Like I didn't come close to losing on either metric. Great. That's very good for my self-esteem, for my confidence, as I can mark off the Talot Dwellers against the Monoliths. So I drew the circle here when I lost. So this time I'm going to draw... why? I'm just like not steady-handed at this table. But anyway, I'm going to fill it in. That is a win, baby. Eventually, at the end of this 144-part video series that I'm totally going to do, I'll have, well, I was going to say have beaten these all. I guess if it's a 144 part series, I will have merely attempted them all. We'll see what the table looks like then, and then evaluate whether we want to go another 144. All right, that's it. That was a fun game. It's nice to know that Skytear Horde doesn't always have to be impossibly hard, because I had been struggling a lot in this game. Maybe, I don't know whether this was an easy matchup, whether the matchups I had been playing were more difficult than many matchups. I'm not really sure. So yeah, let me know how your experience compares. Have you been seeing vastly different kind of challenge levels depending on what, both what ally deck and what horde deck you're playing against? I know the horde deck are supposed to be different difficulties, but the allies are not really. The allied decks I don't think are supposed to be more challenging per se. Some are maybe more complicated than others. The only like faction, like color of ally deck that I've literally never played is the Nuptons, the yellows. So I plan to do that next. I've never touched any of them. So I'm looking forward to that. I think I'll probably just play the Nupton Illusionists, which would be the one from the original Skytear Horde box, as an introduction to that faction. I think why not? So look forward to that next time. Let me know in the comments what horde you think I should go up against with them, or hordes, since I am marrying two of them together. I'll see you then. Until then, if you would hit that like button, subscribe to the channel. That's the only way to help us out, is hit those algorithm buttons. It's like Optimal Play is like, I'm the one with the login to the channel, but lots of my friends are involved. I never know whether to say I or we. Beside the point, I guess. That helps out, and it's appreciated. And until next time, be optimal.